Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to talk about Valorant patch notes 6.07. Now I am obviously very late to this. Obviously if you saw my Overwatch video and my NASCAR results video, you will know that I was actually away for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So I couldn't actually record anything. But now that I'm back and I just got back, yeah, it'll be this is gonna be normal now, alright? We're not gonna have like my face in the video, me explaining stuff. This is back to normal now. Okay, this is now back to reality. But either way, because we also have quite a lot of stuff to cover as well in this video. So first, obviously, start off with the patch notes. Obviously, bind. Bind is now back. Obviously, that is now rotation with Icebox. They've also done some changes as well to the map. That includes some obviously multiple location updates, many quality of life changes, and the overhaul of a teleporter exit, and the A side raid and night crates, and more. And AFK slash Q dodge. That's basically been it's much more harsh on people who do dodge. AF like who are AFK or Q dodge, so it's gonna be a lot harsher now. So let's get right into the patch notes, and first start off with the agent updates. That being first general updates, visual updates for our in-game UI indicators, the yellow and red UI that appears when utilities around you or you are taking about or you are taking slash about to take damage from. Added a small animation to a yellow directional indicator. Now, I have seen clips of these. I'm pretty sure it's actually talking about this one, the UI indicators updates, in an effort to basically to make it more consistent and to our use of UI indicators throughout our roster. We've updated some abilities that have or not have UI indicators. So for Reyna, her Leer, the indicator has been removed. Chaos critical damage indicator has been added on the fragment. The yellow indicator has been removed for Sky's Seekers, KJ's Alarm Bot, and Chambers trademark. That was a bit interesting as well because I've seen clips of KJ's one just looking incredibly weird. Like I'm pretty sure like KJ's ultimate is super weird now. But obviously we have some server changes. Pretty sure these are nerfs. So Service Recon Bolt has been updated to correctly appear when playing with Bloom graphical effect that makes things brighter turned off. The Service Recon Bolt scanning visual effects has been updated to be more visible as it travels through the world, and the Recon Bolt model has been increased in size to more accurately represent its hitbox. This will not affect lineups. The collision as it travels is unchanged. I think it might be a nerf, but I did watch a bit of the Korean Valorant patch notes video, and apparently it was technically a nerf. So that's that. Map update. This is the big one. Obviously, this is obviously Bind, as Bind is now back into the roster. So the first one is the A exit room for B long to A lobby. Teleporter has now been moved to outside a bar. So obviously this is what it looked like before the changes, and this is now what it looks like now. So the teleporter has now been moved, which is actually pretty decent. I'm pretty interested to see how that gets played around, but it's interesting. A lobby has also been adjusted to accommodate on the new teleport location. Obviously this is what it previously looked like. This is what it looks like now. No teleporter. The boxes are still there. Stairs are still there. Yeah, I mean it's actually pretty good as well because at least you'll be able to actually try and cover that corner when you exit out of the teleporter. The doorway has been widened in lobby from lobby into bar. So this is what it previously looked like. This is now what it looks like now. So a little more shallow and obviously a bit more widened as well. The archway is also being widened, so at least that's obviously a good sign. You can obviously you probably now have like two people actually coming at the exact same time. The doorway is also being widened as well from A bath to site. So it's kind of just the same as the entry here, widened. So you can now fit approximately maybe three people in. The Raid Night crates has also been adjusted. This is what it looks like previously. It was just stacks, and then and this is what it looks like now. Some stacks, but also 2 Raid Night crates going horizontally, or I should say 3 horizontally. But you know what I mean. I think it might be maybe a good spot maybe for opping, but I'm not really too sure. The barrel has also been added on A sides. Originally there was no barrel. Now there is a barrel on the door, which apparently is actually a good spot actually, a good peeking spot apparently. The back wall that's basically been smoothed out, so at least I guess also just so they can reduce the 50-50 corners. So that's what it previously looked like. This is what it looks like now. It's a lot more smoother, and it's also not actually behind heaven, which is pretty interesting. So it's basically impossible to hide under heaven, and also to hide under and also hide for vent. I guess all you need to do is now just go underneath heaven. B's also been changed as well. The doorway's been widened on from defender spawn to B site. And there's also a little utility window that's also been added onto B side to B hole. So it's kind of like Lotus's little waterfall thing at B site. That's basically what that is. This is another big one as well. AFK queue dodging. We have made improvements to our invested into our vention systems for violations when it comes to players' participation. We are increasing the amount of rank rating lost for repeated ranked queue dodging, and we're introducing a day 1 ranked restriction for people who frequently take part in excessive AFK behavior sooner than previously introduced ranked restrictions. So it's gonna be a lot more harsher now, so try not to queue dodge and stuff. Bug fixes now. Agents projectiles are now reset the blue travel trail when teleporting, removing the line that connects from teleporter to teleporter. The trail is only visible to allies. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Gameplay systems. Fix bug where agents are able to drop both primary and secondary weapons while planting or defusing the spike. Fix a bug in the minimap where teleport abilities can reveal an agent's out of sight minimap location when under packet loss. Fix an issue where some players' outlines such Fresnel will display even when hide outlines and Fresnel setting was enabled. Fix a bug where sometimes outgoing packet send rate was lower than intended for a game client, running at greater than 128 frames per second. There you go. Fix an issue where vision cones of vertical wall type abilities like Phoenix's Blaze, basically just walls, just wall abilities could flicker or distort on the minimap. And for social, just only 2 of them. Fix a bug where the social panel from the in-game options screen will sometimes get stuck open. And then fix a bug when the in-game language is Arabic and you enter an English word first in a chat message, it will break the right to left format standard in text for an Arabic. So that's still changed out. But obviously we have a little YouTube video that we watch after every patch. So here is the Korean Valorant basically talking about it.
다들 사이발 대학에서 열심히 공부 중이지? 이번 패치노트 학과에서 특강을 준비했다. 어떤 소식들이 기다리고 있을지 나 소바 교수와 같이 살펴보자고. 패치노트 6.07 시작한다. 첫 번째, 요원 업데이트. 이런, 내 화살에 문제가 생겼군. 정찰용 화살의 두께가 이전보다 더 두꺼워졌어. 게다가 범위를 보여주는 UI가 더욱 잘 보이게 바뀌었지. 그래도 정찰용 화살을 기존처럼 사용하는 데는 문제없으니 참고하라고. 다음은 요원들이 사용한 스킬을 표시해주는 UI 표시기가 바뀌었다. 레이나, KO, 스카이, 킬존. 어떤 변경점인지 궁금하면 홈페이지를 확인하도록. 두 번째는 맵 업데이트. 바인드가 다시 플레이할 수 있게 돌아왔군. 어떤 변화가 찾아왔는지 살펴볼까? 먼저 A 사이트부터 살펴보도록 하지. A 로비에 있던 순간이동기 출구가 A 목욕탕 입구 쪽으로 바뀌었어. 원래 있던 곳은 좀 더 공간이 넓어졌지. 그리고 A 목욕탕 안에 있는 벽이 좁아져서 적들이 숨어있기가 쉽지 않을 거야. A 목욕탕과 A 사이트를 연결해주는 문이 더 넓어졌고 A 사이트 레디어나이트 상자, A 백사이트, 수비팀 시작 지점 입구 옆의 벽, 다양하게 변화를 맞이했지. 이제 B 사이트를 확인해볼까? B 복도와 B 사이트를 연결해주는 입구가 넓어졌고 B 사이트 레디어나이트 상자가 있는 벽에 조그마한 공간이 생겼으니 저 틈을 사용하면 좋은 결과가 있을지도 모르지. 바인드는 이번 패치에서만 경쟁전에서 제외된다고 하니 다들 아쉽겠지만 조금만 참으라고. 마지막 시스템 업데이트. 플레이어들이 요원 선택 과정에서 중간에 나가거나 게임 중 자리를 떠날 시 페널티가 더욱 강화되었지. 이제 페널티를 받지 않도록 조심해. 이번 소식은 여기까지야. 다음에 기회가 되면 또 보자고.
So that is the patch transfer 6.07, but this video is not done yet because luckily I decided to talk about both of them. I'm only going to talk about this one very quickly, but finally, Premier Global Open has been released, the beta version of Premier. Obviously, that is the tournament mode that Riot has been talking about that could change VCT as a whole and stuff. So obviously there's also a video as well here if you want to watch it yourself and how to play and stuff. But obviously these are some frequent asked questions. Basically, how long is it? It is from the April 25th, so in a couple days time actually, because I am recording this on the 21st of April to May 23rd. The enrollment period starts on April 25th to 28th. The weekly match starts on the 29th of April to the 20th of May, and the playoff tournament starts on May 21st. So very exciting. This is just a test version. Match team history will not transfer to the full Premier release. You can find Premiere so first on launch, a full screen takeover will feature Premiere. A homepage navigation should have Premiere as an entry. Second in the list under play. An exploration model will pop up when you visit the Premiere Hub for the first time. So the tournament is on May 3rd. They'll be hosting a test tournament in all zones. You can find it all in your schedule. This is a technical test. We want to make sure our servers are ready to go for the playoff tournament at the end of the open beta. The structure is the same as the playoff tournament, best of one with consolation bracket, but this time all Premier teams are eligible to participate. This tournament does not impact your standings, Premier score, win or loss record, or eligibility for playoff tournaments, and winning the test tournament won't unlock any awards. You will unlock awards. You'll unlock your Premier Beta participation banner and title after completing your first Premier match by logging in on the next day. You unlock your Premier Beta Champions banner and title after winning the playoff tournament by logging on the next day. Enrollments and zones, all this other stuff. You need to verify for 2 conditions in order to be eligible. Your identity through account verification via SMS or verification, and the MMR by finishing your placements at any point in your account lifetime. Anyone play? Yes, aside from the eligibility requirements outlined above, anyone with a Valorant account in good standing is able to play. Or if it's via unverified, you could just do that. You can't join more than one team though. Team owners may cancel team invite requests and remove players from their team. Restrictions on who I could be on a team with. Feel free to join a team with your bronze friends and your diamond friend. You will find the best division for your team based on the MMR on the top 5 players of your team. So it looks like you could maybe actually have more than 5 players. I'm not too sure though. I'll be very interested in that. I'll probably maybe do one as well. There's no restrictions once you enroll your team. You will be limited to only inviting other players that would not cause your team to change divisions. If inviting a player would cause your team to change divisions, the team owner will see an error message when attempting to invite. This player is outside your team's skill range and cannot be invited. If enrollment hasn't ended, you can unenroll your team and are again open to invite anyone you like. Just make sure to enroll before the cutoff time. Once the weekly matches begin, what can't I change on my team? You will not be able to change rosters within reason. So basically, it's just a roster lock. Can I unenroll my team? The team is enrolled. The enroll button converts to unenroll, and your team will be able to opt out. How do I know which zone to choose? During the enrollment phase, the team owner will select a zone. You'll see recommendations based on the top 2 pods with the lowest average latency example, Central versus Texas. So that's obviously in America terms. Obviously, if you're like in like a country that has like one server, won't really matter. You can change. You can't actually edit zones once your team is enrolled, but you can obviously unenroll and re-enroll and select a new zone. No, so if your team doesn't sound wrong, but you cannot play. Yes, you can add a new team after weekly matches have started. Can I cancel team invites? Yes. Team hub. It's just all of this stuff basically. So if you're interested, actually, this is actually something I'm going to be talking about a bit. The live matches. Are the rules different from standard competitive? Overtime rules are different and are as follows. The first team to win 12 rounds gains overtime priority. Team with overtime priority chooses starting side for overtime by voting using a simple majority of the 5 players. Teams must win by 2 every round. Teams swap sides. If two sets of overtime have been played, play one final round of sudden death. Sudden death's side choices whatever. The team with overtime priority choose during overtime starting side choice phase. Pretty confusing, but it's alright. It's just all this other stuff as well. And yeah, so you can. The one thing though that there is no pauses in the Premier match, and obviously you can pick and ban maps. You can just think of it as like VCT, but a bit of a less down version of it. So think of that. That's really about it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time. In the next one, goodbye.